The camera opens on a dusty countryside road. The sun burns low, painting the sky orange. A group of bikers roar down the highway, their leather jackets flashing in the light. A sight that would make anyone move aside. But suddenly, from the side of the road, a tiny figure stumbles into their path. A little girl, no more than 7, waving her small arms desperately, tears streaking her dusty face. "Please, please save my mom," she cries out, her voice trembling with fear. The bikers screech to a halt, tires smoke, engines growl to silence. Their leader, a broad-shouldered man with a scar across his cheek, removes his helmet, eyes narrowing with concern. That was the moment everything changed. Before we continue, make sure you hit that like button, because what happens next will remind you that kindness still exists in this world. And if you believe in helping others, subscribe. Stories like this deserve to be heard. Her name was Santa. Her hair tangled, her feet bare, her small hands trembling. "My mom. She's trapped in the car. It's falling into the river," she sobbed. Without hesitation, the bikers turned their engines back on and followed her down the narrow dirt path. The sound of rushing water grew louder, the kind that told you danger was close. And then they saw it. A small car, half submerged, tilted dangerously into the muddy riverbank. Water was gushing inside through the open window. Inside, a woman, Santa's mother, pounded weakly against the glass, struggling for air. The leader of the bikers, Rihan, didn't wait a second. He jumped off his bike, ran straight into the cold current. The other bikers followed, forming a human chain to hold him steady. "Hold on, ma'am! We've got you!" he shouted. The current was fierce, the car almost completely underwater. The woman's eyes were wide with panic. Rihan used his helmet to smash the glass, cutting his hand in the process. The water gushed in, and so did the danger. "Rihan, hurry!" one of the bikers yelled. He reached in, grabbed the woman by her arm, and with one mighty pull, brought her out into the open water. Together, they struggled against the current until the group dragged both of them safely to shore. Santa ran and threw her tiny arms around her mother, crying uncontrollably. The bikers stood there, dripping wet, exhausted, but smiling. Everyone watching would have thought, these rough-looking men just became heroes. But what came next melted even the hardest hearts. As the woman regained consciousness, she looked at Rihan and gasped, recognizing the scar on his cheek. "You're Rihan Malik, aren't you?" Rihan looked surprised. "Yeah, how do you know me?" Tears filled her eyes. "You used to live in our neighborhood years ago. My husband was your teacher. You disappeared after your father passed away. Everyone said you changed, that you joined a biker gang." Rihan's tough expression softened. "I didn't change," he said quietly. "I just lost my way." Santa's mother, still weak but smiling, whispered, "Then today, you found it again." As the ambulances arrived, one of the bikers handed Santa his jacket to keep her warm. Another gave her a chocolate bar from his pocket, the only thing he had. Rihan stayed back, making sure the mother and daughter were safe before they were taken away. Later that evening, the group of bikers gathered by their motorcycles under a starry sky. No one spoke for a while. Finally, one of them said, "We've done a lot of wild things, but this felt different." Rihan nodded. "Maybe it's time we start doing more of this. Helping people, not just riding around." Hey, and that night, the Iron Wolves Motorcycle Club became something new. A brotherhood with a mission. They started helping stranded travelers, delivering food in floods and protecting women and children in their town. The story didn't end there. Exactly 1 year later, on the same road, Rihan received a letter. It was from Santa's mother. It read, "Dear Rihan, you didn't just save our lives that day. You saved our faith in humanity. Santa now says she wants to grow up and ride like the bikers who save people. I tell her that's the spirit the world needs. People who stop when others pass by. Thank you." As Rihan finished reading, he looked at his team and smiled. "Let's ride," he said. "We've got work to do." The engines roared once again. But this time, they weren't just bikers. They were heroes on wheels. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Because in a world that often feels cold, stories like these remind us that compassion still burns bright. And who knows, Maybe someday. You'll be the one who stops to help a stranger.